Hi, Gemini. This is Cashin with a timeless reading for you. I know I didn't get around to the Gemini reading for March, and so I just wanted to pop in with a timeless reading. So, whenever you see this, is when you're meant to see it, if you see it. And if it resonates, of course, please give me a like, share. Please subscribe to the channel so that you can keep up with all the Gemini readings. Feel free to comment below if anything resonates with you as well. And feel free to follow me on Instagram at Cashton Creates. So, let's dive in. So, I'm going to start with the Animal Spirit deck, and in meditating on your energy, the Cobra card came out. And so this speaks about sort of being a student of life. Like, this speaks about the inner teacher that is inside of all of us. And it kind of poses the question of, what would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn right now in your life? Right. And when you sit and ask yourself those questions, it's kind of like when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So Spirit is trying to teach you specific lessons right now, through the things that you're going through in your life. But it's like, if you don't show up to class, you can't be taught. If you're running away from the lessons or running away from challenges, you're not going to learn anything from this or be able to use it in a positive, progressive, and beneficial way to move forward in your life. So the inner teacher inside of you is trying to guide you right now, trying to teach you things. You could also have very special guides around you, angels and guides trying to help you and assist you, but you may not be seeing it in that way, right? Overall energy, you've got the Eight of Wands in reverse, acceleration and movement. This is fire energy, so you could be dealing with the fire sign. And this is clarified also by the Seven of Wands in reverse, which is also fire energy. So this is telling me that you're dealing with some sort of uncertainty. You may be feeling daunted. Like I said, you could be running away from challenges or running away from issues right now, as opposed to confronting or dealing with them, feeling vulnerable or overwhelmed, right? Like, something is stopping your acceleration and movement. Something, the Seven of Wands is like issues, turmoil, or trouble, or some sort of difficulties that are preventing you from moving forward. So let's get into it and see what this is all about. So, beginning of the spread, we've got the Two of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, weaving deeper relationships, followed by the Strength card, Leo energy, and major arcana, strength of the will from the inner sun. This is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, which is earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, in reverse. So this is speaking about a desire to go deeper in your relationships or your work, in your life in general, right? Like, sometimes you hit this point in life where everything feels very redundant, or it feels like I'm not growing or I'm not rising, right? I feel very stuck. This is you desiring to go deeper, right? On all fronts. To achieve more harmony in your relationships, in your work, in the energy that you're putting out. You want to be receiving that back equally. You could feel overly dependent right now. Like, you may be in a position, in a relationship or a position, right, where you feel like, I'm sick of being dependent on this in order to feel good, or I'm sick of being dependent on this in order to pay my bills on time. I'm sick, right? Like, just feeling dependent or maybe out of control, like something isn't yielding the results that you would like it to, or is not yielding the results equal to what you're putting into it. There could be feelings of like wastefulness, like, this is a waste, right? Like, oh my God, this is a waste, right? Okay, is what I feel. This is like building, or the illusion of success, but on a shaky ground, right? So, to use a cliche example, it's like getting what you thought was your dream job, and then you get there and you're just like, this is nothing like I thought it was gonna be. Like, what? There's no foundation here. Like, is is the whole thing gonna fall tomorrow? Like, I thought this was good. It's not looking like I thought it would be, right? This is kind of that energy as well, right? But there's a desire here to go deeper. And also what I see here too with this water energy and this strength energy, it's like maybe the deeper that you're seeking is more intuitive work or relationships, something that leans more in the direction of creativity. Maybe you feel like your creativity is being wasted in your current position, or you're not able to express yourself properly. Let's keep going. So then we've got the Two of Wands, which is fire energy, persevere to achieve, Aries, Leo, Sag. Excuse me. This is followed by more fire energy. So we got the Five of Wands in reverse, do what we must in struggles. This is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and the King of Wands, fire energy. So honestly, what I get from this is you're trying to persevere and push through something that actually requires detachment. Okay, because we got persevere to achieve, but then we've got do what we must in struggles, but this comes in reverse. So this speaks about when it comes upright, it's saying keep pushing, right? With this persevere to achieve, keep pushing, keep moving, the rewards are on the way. When it comes in reverse, this says do not, right? This says, let it go, honestly. Like, I know sometimes we'll push and push for things because it's like, I don't want to quit. I don't want to give up. Maybe I'm giving up too soon. Maybe I'm being lazy, right? We'll create all of these narratives around it where really the very simple answer is to walk away, or the very simple answer is to detach and start new or start fresh, right? Get comfortable with beginning and endings. Sometimes when something needs to end, it's simply because it needs to and the cycle has completed, or you've learned what you needed to learn or whatever. It's not always extremely deep. There's not always a really long story, or well, maybe this and that we got to rationalize and justify. Sometimes it's just like, oh, I feel like this is done. Okay, this is done. And you detach, right? Because with this Ace of Pentacles and this King of Wands, this is a brand new start. This is assistance with the new start, a windfall of abundance with the new start, cash assistance, somebody putting their hand on your back and pushing you forward. You got it. Let's go. Right? That's this energy. And with this King of Wands, it's just more of that. This is leadership. This is independence. This is being decisive. And so you could be pushing forward with something right now that you feel like I said, there's a desire to go deeper. There's unsatisfaction here. It's like, this is not yielding the results that I really want. It's feeling a little wasteful. It's feeling like it's on shaky ground, but let me keep pushing. Let me persevere. Let me put my all into this, because I am not a quitter. But this is not about you being a quitter. This is about this being something that you don't need to be giving your energy to any longer. And Spirit is trying to get you to detach, because there's a brand new start for you when you do, with a lot of assistance behind this new start as well. It's calling for you to be more decisive. You could be going back and forth with whatever this is and feeling like, should I give it up or should I keep pushing? Spirit is saying detach and go towards a new beginning where you'll feel more independent. You'll feel stronger. You'll feel like you have more of a voice for yourself. You may be able to use some of this creativity that's going to waste. You're going to be more decisive, okay? Be more decisive about where you're headed next after this, as opposed to clinging to something and kind of burning yourself out and wasting your energy on something where it doesn't really belong anymore. Okay, because then we've got the Lovers in reverse. This is Gemini energy. This is your energy, fertility and spiritual choice in reverse. Then we've got the Five of Swords in reverse. Heed the call of quest. This is all air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is Gemini energy. And then we've got the Tower, major arcana. So you have three major arcana cards here total. So there is a shift or change that is happening or that needs to be made, you guys, right? And for your good, for the better. So with this Lover's card coming in reverse, Heed the call of quest coming in reverse as well. This is telling me that absolutely there is some indecision here that we're dealing with that needs to be confronted and tackled. There's some back and forth here that needs to be confronted and tackled. You could have too many options and you're not prioritizing the best ones. Like, it's kind of like looking at, a list of maybe 50 jobs that you're sorting through instead of narrowing it down to the 10 or the 5 that you actually really want. You could have too many options and you're not prioritizing them. With this heed the call of quest in reverse, this 5 of swords, this is really being called towards something. But you're not being decisive. You're not making choices on this. You're not making the choice to go, right? You're just examining all of the options of, well, I could take this route, well, I could take this road, well, I could take, well, maybe. And then you look up and it's 3 weeks later, you've made no decisions. Okay, so this is calling you to be decisive, prioritize your best options, but then pick an option and move forward. Also, don't be too prideful that you don't want to accept help. Okay, there could be, especially with this King of Wands coming out earlier, there could be a fire sign or just some strong presence in leadership, or somebody who has really strong advice to offer you, and maybe you're like, I don't really want to listen to nobody, I don't want to hit right, but there could be somebody trying to bring forth some assistance for you. Don't be too prideful to listen or to take this or to tap into that. Okay, accept help. This also speaks about there could be old emotions or restraints that are holding you back. Not seeing things clearly for what they are. A lot of times if there's old emotional patterns, trauma, or wounds from childhood or growing up, or even just last year that are operating in our subconscious or always there, it informs the way we move. It informs whether you go left or right. It informs whether you choose this or that. And so you have to be able to examine that and pull those patterns out, extract them, examine them, and decide what belongs and what doesn't. Right? Am I still allowing this hurt from 2015 to control the way I navigate relationships today? Am I still letting the fact that my parents, got a divorce, scare me from accepting a marriage proposal? Right? It's things like this. Don't allow these old emotional restraints, restrictions, or patterns to show themselves strong in your life today and then control you. And be honest with yourself about that, right? Sometimes when those things happen, we don't see it. And this is what this is speaking about. Kind of wearing rose-colored glasses and not really seeing things right now for what they are. And there's a need for you to take them off so you can get to the nitty-gritty of what's really happening here, right? And flex the decisive muscle. There's a need here to really make some decisions around your happiness. With this Tower coming in, this is the death of illusions. This is breaking free. So if you're not seeing things as they are, you will soon, either by your own merits of choosing to take the rose-colored glasses off, or by the Tower coming in and forcing you to see things as they are, forcing you to make decisions, forcing you to progress in the way best for yourself. I would suggest and advise, though, that you make these decisions for yourself before the Tower comes in and forces you to do so, right? If there are any illusions in your life and you know that it's an illusion, right, just deal with it. Call it out for what it is. Pull the blanket, right? Take off the mask. Whatever these illusions are, put them on Front Street for your own best good so you can move forward. And so that you can make the right decisions for yourself moving forward, become more independent. Okay, get this new start that's here for you. Somebody's really clinging to something old. I feel like we talked about this for a small group of you. I feel like this is something we've been talking about January, February, December, January, February. Okay. All right, So then we've got the Three of Wands, unique inspiration and assistance. This is fire energy. There's a lot of fire energy here. So you guys definitely could be dealing with the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Let me know, right? A lot of fire sign here, fire energy here. So unique inspiration and assistance, followed by the Ten of Swords, air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, new cycle of death and resurrection. Intuitively, I feel like this is you and your energy here. Followed by the Prince of Swords, more air energy. So so like I said earlier, do not be too prideful to accept help or assistance, because with unique assistance, unique inspiration and assistance here, this could come from a fire sign, or you could be dealing with the fire sign. Again, this King of Wands came out earlier. There could be a strong fire sign in leadership who comes in with advice for you, or help, or helps you to make a decision, or helps to show you things more clearly, or show you the way. But you know, help and assistance could come unexpectedly, and it could come in unique forms. Okay, assistance comes from special sources here. So this is like, again, like I said, somebody or something comes in and it's like, whoa, I did not see that coming, or who knew that you would be the one to call me about this and help me through, right? This is that energy where you're like, I did not see this coming, but I'll take it. Okay, so but it's something unique. So it's like, don't be so married to your way of how you feel things are supposed to be resolved, or how you feel, right, the route you think things are supposed to go, because a different route could come in unexpectedly, and it's going to be all for you with your name all on it, but you have to be able to see it and acknowledge it. Okay, sudden changes could come in unexpectedly, especially with the Tower coming in before this. But with this Prince of Swords, this talks about rapid comings and goings. And so I feel here that as soon as you release whatever these things are that you're holding on to that don't serve you anymore, let it go. Allow for this new beginning to come in. Allow for the Tower to fall, okay, so that change can come in, and that change comes in suddenly, unexpectedly, and from all of these unique and different ways that maybe you didn't see coming, because you've released your attachment to the old ways and the old patterns and the old expectancies. This is how I expected it to come, you know. You release that and you allow it to flow in the way that it's supposed to for your highest good. Okay, brand new start, weaving deeper relationships here. Okay, you're going deeper, but in order to go deeper, you have to release where you're at now. That's just it. You know, it's like if you're diving, if you're going deep diving, you can't be at you can't be 6 feet under and also 30 feet under at the same time, occupying both spaces. You can't do that. You have to go 6 feet under and then decide, okay, I'd rather go 30 feet under and let go of being at 6 feet under, right? Does that make sense? Sorry, I know I'll be giving funky analogies, but that's kind of how I see it, you know? If you want to go to a different level, you want to go deeper, be willing to let go of the level that you're at now. You can't hold on to both of them. And the one that you're at now is not serving you anyway. Okay? This speaks to a shadow side or a shadow cycle being present. And what that means is some sort of darkness looming over, right? Literally a shadow kind of following you, hovering over. And that's present, but you may not see it because these rose-colored glasses are on, or this feeling of needing to persevere. Just keep pushing, just keep pushing, just keep pushing. Everything's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's forcing you not to be able to see the fact that this shadow is hanging over you, and this is that new cycle of death and resurrection that's trying to take you over to a new cycle. You're choosing to walk in this shadow when you could just step out of it. Like, this is how that works. You could choose to release and go into a whole new cycle where that shadow is no longer there. It's just the sun. Okay? Okay. You know, don't don't allow the choices that you have to make for yourself to throw you into mental anguish where you're fighting in your mind about choices that you have to make. You know what's best for you. Just make the choices. Make a choice. If you don't, it's gonna happen regardless. Like these things that need to happen, it's gonna happen regardless. But sometimes when the tower comes in, it's not too cute. Like the tower is not always pretty because the tower is like, if you don't do it, I'm coming to do it for you, right? It's like by force. But with this strength card coming out here, this is saying that you can achieve this deeper level that you're it could just be a feeling, it could just be an energy, right? Like I feel empty right now. I want to feel deeper, I want to feel fulfilled, I want to feel whole. You can achieve this, but you're gonna have to make decisions to achieve it. And you cannot run from the challenge of this. You can't run from the difficulties. You can't avoid any longer. And again, I feel like this is something that has come up for the past couple of months where it's like, you know, you're just pushing and pushing and pushing through. It's like trudging through mud when there's a sidewalk 3 feet to the right of you, and all you need to do is look and see that sidewalk and go walk over there where it's easier. But you're choosing to drudge through the mud. Why? You know, there's a new beginning here for you. Choose it. Right? Okay. And understand, like I said at the beginning with this Cobra energy, through all of this, it's not that life takes us through things or spirit takes us through things to torture us or to beat us down or anything like that. But there are lessons here for you. You have to be able to see them, learn them, extract them. Don't put on blinders and choose to live in illusion. Okay, this is the death of illusions. You're gonna begin, if you haven't already, to see things right now for what they really are. Whether that is brighter or darker, right? It could be different for some of you where you pull the cover off of different things. You take off your rose colored glasses and you're like, dang, I got some real stuff to deal with. All right, here we go. Or you could take your rose colored glasses off for some of you and realize that things are not as bad as you are perceiving or that you're thinking that they are. You know what I mean? Like I'm drudging through the mud. There's a sidewalk right here. Why am I not walking on it? Oh, okay, cool. Heading that way, right? It could be that simple. But allow life to teach you through all of these trials, through these difficulties. Allow life to teach you because that's what's happening. And sorry if I sound like a broken record, but the longer that you kind of run, avoid, and try to escape these lessons, you throw yourself back into the repeating cycle. And it will continue to repeat until you learn what needs to be learned. And for some of you, that learning is simply to stop pushing through circumstances that you know are not right for you. Make a decision for your best good to move on, walk away, rise up, go deeper, whatever it means for you. Life is teaching you that right now. Okay. I hope that makes sense. So angels, can you please give me a word for Geminis as it pertains to this spread? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. So we've got acceptance. See yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. And so for you all, there's something here, right, that you need to radically accept. There's an ending, I feel, that's here that you need to radically accept. Or this could be for some of you the direction that you know you desire to go that you're avoiding going. Maybe because you're scared of how much hard work it would take or how much dedication it would take. Or you may feel like, I don't know if I have the tools or I'm equipped to really go this direction, but I feel called. Do it. Make a decision for yourself and watch spirit conspire to put all of the pieces of the puzzle together for you. Okay? All right, that's what I have for you guys. I hope that helped. I look forward to talking to you next time. Again, please like, share, please subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good one.